Welcome to session 13 of Teaching Aptitude. We move forward with continuing the models, and there are few more to go. So the next model is jurisprudential inquiry model, which is used to teach only social science. This was developed by Herbert Thelen, and it was developed in 1960s. Okay, this helps to acquire new information, solve problems, critical thinking, and it also helps to develop dialogue, problem solving, and situational skills. This particular model has some steps, and the steps are to be learned, and we have called the steps as Cephir. Cephir here is students encounter a puzzling situation or they encounter a problem. Then they explore the reaction. Then they organize the task or study. Then they do independent or group study. They analyze the progress and they recycle the activity. They redo it. Okay. So this is a small model. It's not really important, but you need to know that this kind of model also exists. Then we move forward to the behavioral learning theory by B.F. Skinner and John Watson. This is a very important one. This theory explains how behavior is acquired or learned through punishment and rewards. So the first is stimulus. Anything in the environment that's triggers a reaction. For example, I prick you a needle and you say ah. So that stimulus was a needle. Needle has pricked you. So the pricking of the needle was a stimulus. You said ah. So that was the response. Behavior shown or exhibited by an organism. Then punishment was a painful stimulus, and the consequences or due to the consequences it is a chance that the behavior will stop, because okay, pricking a needle was hurtful, so probably next time I will not prick myself a needle. And for example, if you really like the outcome, it is a when someone will say, oh, you did such a nice job, if that is the response I'm getting, of course then the behavior it will recur. The behavior might be repeated, so that is reinforcement, that increases the likelihood of the behavior recur. Then there are two types of reinforcements. Positive reinforcement. So behavior good behavior or whatever kind of behavior increases once you're presented with the stimulus. The negative reinforcement is behavior increases after the removal of stimulus. Then we have extinction. So withdrawal of stimulus will stop the behavior. Okay. So this particular theory is a little important. We have to continue this. Then we have conditioning. So conditioning means teaching our mind to react in a certain way based on what we have learned from the world around. So there are two types of conditioning. One is the operant conditioning, which was given by B.F. Skinner, also known as Skinner box, where brains learn based on the result of the actions. Okay, what feedback we have got according to the brain, according to which the brain learns how to react or how to respond. Then second is the classical conditioning by Ivan Pavlov. It is also known as reflective or involuntary conditioning. The other one was known as Skinner box, but this is known as reflective or involuntary conditioning, where brains learn by linking two things that happen together, associating two things subconsciously or automatically. Now, classical conditioning is associated to stimulus response learning, and here specific stimulus is associated with a particular response. Okay, so after that we move on to another important chart. Here we have to understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is actually an important one. Here we have seen we move from physiological to self-actualization. We need to know all the 5 steps. So physiological is about food, shelter, clothes. Then the next important need we have is about safety. Then we have love, then self-esteem, and at the end we have self-actualization. These 5 words and in the same order are important. We go from the lower level to the higher level, and this two theories that we have seen are actually important. There is usually a question from these theories as well, so please don't miss them, please don't omit these theories. If they will be important, I will definitely stress and tell you. Otherwise, I will not stress, or at least tell you that it is not really important. Okay, so moving forward, this is Thorndike's law of learning. Thorndike's law of learning. This particular model has 3 laws given by Edward Lee Thorndike, and what are these laws? So first is law of exercise, which is more practice and more better you become. The better you become. So then is the law of readiness. Willingness is important, right? We have to be willing. If you're not willing to do something, how much ever easy the task is, you will not be able to do it. So there has to be motivation for the learner. And then it's the law of effect. What is law of effect? Punishments, of course, the effect, the after effect. So punishment, if the after effect is a punishment, the person will avoid that behavior, but rewards will increase the frequency of the behavior. Okay, so this is it, and we have a few more learning models to learn, approximately 3 to 4. We will be doing that in our next video. Hope to see you there. Thank you.